Wonderful. Just wonderful. Man, oh man. What I plan to do in this video is a little different for my crows. Let me just set this down real quick. I'm just waiting for Doug Pederson to get on the mic because I need to see what this guy has to say after his terrible, terrible loss. And as you can tell, these losses have just gone from bad to terrible to I'm seeing tweets saying that Wentz needs to throw more accurately. He needs to calm down. Dude, there is no such thing as a running attack for this team. The Eagles, they have nobody running the ball, helping them outside of the passing game. And you know it's an issue when you have your rookie quarterback throwing 60 times in one game and only completing 36 of those passes. And he threw 3 interceptions, 1 touchdown, which was just a gimme touchdown. I mean, come on. Once he just lobbed it up, Ertz is wide open in the middle of the freaking end zone. But no running game. What are you going to do? They ran the ball like 3 times in the first quarter, averaged like 1 total yard, and then threw it all away. And the Eagles got shut out 19-0 in the first quarter, or in the first half. And I thought last week was embarrassing, but this team we played today is not that great a team. I'm not saying that we're better, because clearly we're not, because we just lost. But this was embarrassing. And I have nothing else to say but congrats to frickin' Cincinnati. Because you're better than Philadelphia. Good for you. Good job! Doug Pederson, Jim Schwartz. Good job, everybody. Round of applause for the Philadelphia Eagles. Disgrace. Can't wait to see the media blow up and say it's time to fire this guy, because honest to God, if we lose to Washington next week by a score of like 40-13, I'm gonna join them, because this guy, Doug Pederson, should not be a head coach. He really shouldn't. He is a quarterback coach who, yes, was an offensive coordinator with the Kansas City Chiefs. But did Kansas City do that well when he was there? They had a few winning seasons, yes. But was he calling the plays? No, he wasn't calling the plays. That was all Andy Reid. And just, he doesn't know what he's doing. He really doesn't. I've talked about this over and over, but I've ended each and every one of those discussions with him saying, yes, regardless of if he doesn't know what he's doing, give him time. I'm not giving him time anymore, because the way this team has been playing ever since October, it's been nothing but embarrassing. I think Doug Pederson has lost his way to the conference room or something, because he's nowhere to be found. I'm just waiting for the press conference. I really just want to see what he has to say. I have nothing else to say, because I'm just saying the same old things as if I'm a broken record. Like, that's all I am. Just saying the same old stuff. They're cleaning downstairs, just so you know. But oh, are we getting there? People are waiting. Like, they're showing it right now. They're just waiting. No one's at the podium. I'll turn on the thing.
And all the members of the Philadelphia sports media waiting for Doug.
You know, the thing is, Gov, it's not a matter of mocking the words that Doug Pederson says. When a head coach or the leader of an organization makes a statement, okay, the only thing that we have is their word. So when he comes out and he says we're moving in the right direction, that's not a mock. You're just saying, you know what, it didn't look like we're moving in the direction that you think we are, okay? He came out last week, even though things aren't going the way that, everyone would like, I still think we're moving in the right direction. Well, my goodness, we've lost how many games in a row? That's not moving in the right direction. Our quarterback, the most important player on our football team, is not moving in the right direction. So that's not a mock. That's holding everyone accountable. Everyone accountable for the words that they say, the way that they play, and the fact that tomorrow everybody's going to go to the window and pick up a check. Okay? They all need to forfeit that check and give it back to Jeffrey Lurie. Give it to the fans the way they played today. It was a disgrace.
Right. And Seth, I would say one thing. It's not just that we're losing. It's how we're losing. I mean, we weren't in the game against a 3-7-1 team. That's pretty shocking.
Right.
Bam. How did I know to just listen to them right there? I don't know, but that explains everything. Like, this team has no heart. They don't show any sign that they want to try and win a game. And the secondary, oh my God, the secondary. We're not playing against AJ Green. And Jalen Mills, a rookie, Leotis McKelvin, Malcolm Jenkins, Rodney McLeod, and Nolan Carroll. Those four are all veterans, and we have one rookie in Jalen Mills. They were getting beat. They were getting tossed around. They had no idea what the hell they were doing against this team. Brandon LaFell had a hell of a game against us. So did some late-round rookies making an appearance today because of no AJ Green. To try and fill that void, they sure as hell did because they embarrassed us. And I think Doug Pederson is so embarrassed that, what time is it now? It's like 4:40. 40 minutes after the game has ended, and he still has yet to make it to the podium. And I'm just waiting and waiting and waiting to hear what he has to say. Because I don't care anymore. I'll keep repeating the same old thing. Because that's all the Eagles are. It's just repetition of the same crappy team. But what he's telling us is that we're moving in the right direction. That we are making progress. Carson Wentz is improving every single week. No, he's not. When we're losing 3 straight. When he's throwing 7 touchdowns in the combination of the past 3 games. That's not winning. That's not moving in the right direction. And this is how you lose your locker room. This is how you lose trust and faith from your media. When you don't hold yourself accountable for your actions. This is your team, and you aren't saying that you need to do better, that you are the reason there's something else besides execution, or that we're moving in the right direction or something, because we're not, and there's nothing wrong with the players besides that they seem like they have lost trust in Doug Pederson. And right now, here we go. Let's watch this, alright guys? Let's watch it together.
All right, here comes Doug Pederson. Here he is post-game after a tough loss at Cincy.
Well, obviously very disappointed in the way we played. That's the first thing, and it's a collective effort, all 3 phases tonight. It's something that we pride ourselves to play better and to not turn the ball over, to get off the field on 3rd downs, to rush the passer, all the things that we're not doing right now. Those are the things we've got to get back to doing. And I just mentioned to the team after the game that we individually, myself included, I tell you this, guys, every week that I'm the hardest critic on myself, and I'm with that group in that locker room, and we all have to take a collective effort, but individually take that collective effort and just look at yourself in the mirror, the man in the mirror, and see if we're doing enough and see what we need to do to put ourselves in positions to not make these plays that we're making. And the penalties have got to stop. The obviously the turnovers, things like that. It's just things that it's just not characteristic of how we coach and how we play.
That's the last time you said that you were pleased with the effort. In a game like that, do you still think the effort was there?
It's not for lack of effort. It's just the discipline of your assignments, your jobs, and just collectively, just focus on that one play at that one time. But it's not for lack of effort.
So what happens from the 3-0 to now?
What's happened? Well, there's probably a lot of factors. I think one, you can look at a little bit of the adversity. We lost our right tackle there when things started going the other direction. We had a few injuries in there. Teams had obviously film on us, film on Carson. Could attack differently, and then it all begins to just kind of snowball and gets us obviously in this situation that we're in.
Just a step back for Carson today. He's obviously struggled more than he has in any other game.
And I've said this week in, week out, you never want your quarterback to throw 60 times. That means you're coming from behind, and we put ourselves in a bind early in this football game, and it's going to be a learning lesson for him, obviously, and we got to take a hard look at it, but by no means, I mean, the fact that he stood in there and still led the football team, he took some shots and still stood in there, and just shows you the kind of character and the toughness that he has.
Sound passing hasn't gone away.
The what now?
Still sound passing when he turns downfield hasn't gone away.
The what now?
Still strictly mechanics, or is there something else?
It's strictly mechanics. If you watch some of these things, it's just the fact that we got to get him off of his back foot, get him stepping into the throws, and just trusting the decision down the field, because there were opportunities, obviously, and we just again. Young quarterback, missed quite a bit of time in preseason, but now we just need to keep cleaning these things up.
So after the first two losses a few months ago, you said this was not going to spiral out of control. Where we are today, how upset are you and frustrated that this team has gone down this road when you didn't think it was going to happen?
I'm hurting like the players are. I'm obviously disappointed that where we are, because I really felt like we've had some opportunities to win some of these games and put ourselves in better position down the stretch, even with all the adversity we've kind of faced in the last few weeks. But
Same.
We still have a month of football left, and obviously 3 of the next 4 division opponents, and we've got some challenges. I told the guys in the locker room at the end of the game, I said, this thing can go one of 2 ways, and I only know of one way that it's going to go, and that's up, and we just got to dig ourselves out of this hole, and starts next week.
With Carson, getting back to the pattern passes, are you noticing anything with him, maybe a lower arm slot or anything like that?
There's times when he adjusts his arm slot, and drops down just a little bit to some of those underneath throws. Just something again that with this defensive line, as long as they are, as tall as they are, they kind of pride themselves in batting passes, and as a quarterback, you just got to learn to slide and find lanes, and if you have to drop your arm down, you drop your arm down, but something we have to evaluate.
What's the mood of the team right now? And there's so many rookies playing big roles on this team. You have to worry about them not being able to withstand the last 2 games.
Well, the mood is obviously everybody's dejected and down, and yet and we'll be this way for a little while. But the fact of the matter is, we come back to work on Tuesday with these guys, and we're on to our next opponent, and we put this one to rest, and we move on. We learn from it, number one, and that's the thing with young players, putting them in those positions and those situations right now. It's just a learning experience for them, and I just know. I know this is going to make us better. With those players, it's going to make us better. And again, we got a month left, and we're gonna continue to work hard.
Doug, defense, they scored the first 5 times they had the ball today. 3rd down again was a problem. What do you see happening?
Again, it's disappointing. obviously we got to continue to put pressure on the quarterback, and sometimes it is hard, with just 4 guys sometimes, and that's something we have to look at as a staff and make sure we're doing
How
the right
about you
things there.
blitz
The
them?
other thing is, just
There's
third down
something called a
conversions.
blitz
Teams are being able to stay
pattern.
on the field with third down conversions, and we got to find a way in those areas to, make a play and just, it just goes back to every one of us just a collective effort again, just doing your job, doing your assignment, focus on that one play, your technique, and try to make that play work.
Those penalties go away. You had several false starts again, personal fouls. The discipline, lack of focus.
Some of it's focus, some of it's just anticipating the snap count, some of it is a little bit on the quarterback, I would say, because we're using so many snap counts and different.
I'm done. If you heard other voices, that was my father. He came in. That's why the camera angle got weird and everything. But, man, it's just, all in all, what I'm hearing from him is the same old, same old. I heard him repeating certain things about discipline and how we're going to go out there no matter what and we're going to work hard, blah, blah, blah. We play the Redskins next week. I'm sorry, if you don't win this game, you're going to lose out the rest of the damn season. And you're going to go 5-11 after a 3-0 start. And that's when people are really going to question you. People are already questioning you, and I'm one of those guys that are questioning you, and I don't know if I can trust what I'm hearing because, honest to God, this freaking coach is not he's not fit to be a coach. And I've said this repeatedly in this entire video, but a majority of this is not on discipline or how the players play or how certain plays, fall out and blah, 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 You and Jim Schwartz seem like you have no clue what you're doing when you go up against these teams. Like, you couldn't stop Aaron Rodgers last week. Now you're letting Andy Dalton and the Cincinnati Bengals run all up and down on, it's just embarrassing. And I just want to...
Quarter plays 39, I believe, to 32, and Carson handed it off to Wendell. Was that supposed to be a pass play?
It was a pass run option, and I believe the snap was actually snapped quicker than what we wanted. It was another one of our cadence plays that, probably I haven't talked to Kelsey or Carson about the play yet. We kind of moved on from it, but I think it could be a little bit of a communication thing. Somebody might have heard something.
Yeah, let's move on from it. You talk about learning experiences. That's a play. You say it's a pass run option, right? And apparently it was snapped too quickly, and it just didn't go the way it was supposed to go. Then why don't you actually talk to Kelsey and Carson about it if it's a learning experience? Because, Carson's going to need all the learning experience he can get if he wants to be a franchise quarterback. If we want him to be our guy, then why don't you actually help him out with certain things? Like that might not be one of the biggest things to focus on, but everything counts. And Wentz, I know he's a rookie, and I always say I can't put all of the blame on Wentz himself, because when you really look at this team, he doesn't have enough weapons. The offensive line is really sketchy at times. The running game has been on and off the entire season. And the past 3 games, it's been horrible. You saw Ryan Matthews come back alive against Atlanta, but then he got injured in that game as well. So we haven't been able to see much from that. And the press conference is over. I don't understand. I don't know. Being really honest with you, I just don't feel this guy is fit to be our head coach. Jim Schwartz, I don't know. The way his defense is, it just doesn't seem like it's working, especially now going into this back half of the season. Not even the back half of the season. You saw against the Lions, they were managed to run the ball and pass against us pretty well. The Redskins, they were able to run the ball in a crazy, I can't even describe it. It was just insane how well they managed to play against us. The Giants, they managed to stop us a lot on offense, and then defensively, we made really big mistakes. And then against the Cowboys, we have the game in the bag, and we just kind of gave it right back up to them in the fourth quarter. And they're all big excuses and big reasons why we lost those games. But it all, in my opinion, at least 5 of these 7 losses have come down to coaching and fundamentals. And I can't put all the blame, especially on Carson, for him being a rookie. That's one thing. He's coming into that kind of a system where he doesn't have weapons and targets around him, and it's really tough for him. And we saw it in the first half. He just couldn't do anything, and the score tells it all. And I don't know what else I can say. I just want to listen to them real quick, and let's see if they have anything big to say before I call quits on this crow.
He was 36 of 60, 308. He was sacked once, threw for a touchdown. 3 interceptions for Carson Wentz.
Those 3 interceptions, I swear to God. 2 of them were off of batted passes. One of them was a terrible thrown ball. I lost of words. It's just mistakes after mistakes after mistakes. And then we managed to get 2 fumbles. Yes, we managed to get turnovers twice in this game, and we weren't able to capitalize off of any of them. Caleb Sturgis missed a field goal in the beginning of the game that could have given us a little bit of a spark. Didn't do anything to help us out there. Ooh, I just almost dropped my remote. But I think with that, I'm done.